Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another What If video. In today's video, I will be unpacking what if an employer withdraws an offer of employment after the employee has accepted the offer. What I want to discuss and unpack is, when does the employment relationship start or commence? Does it commence when an offer is made and the offer is accepted? Or does it only commence when the employee actually starts to work or working at the employer? Now, to answer this question, I want to refer you to a recent CCMA matter between Nsunguzi and M2 Biofood and Beverage. Now, in this case, the facts briefly are: the employee applied for a position at the employer. He was interviewed twice and was offered a position subject to a 3-month probation period. Having accepted the offer, the employee asked whether the salary offered was for the probationary period only, and if it would be reviewed after 3 months. The day before the date on which he was due to commence work, the employee asked to which office he should report. The employer then replied that another candidate had been chosen for the project concerned. And as you can imagine, the employee was not happy about this. Subsequently, he referred the dispute to the CCMA, claiming that he had been unfairly dismissed. Now, to determine whether the employee was dismissed, the Commissioner had to consider whether the employment relationship had commenced at the time when the employer informed the employee that they have chosen another candidate. The Commissioner noted that for any contract to arise, the offer and acceptance must be clear and unambiguous. When a contract is contained in letters, the entire correspondence must be considered. And that is exactly what the Commissioner did. The Commissioner held that it was clear from the exchange of emails that the employee had accepted the employer's offer and that a binding contract had been formed. The Commissioner also referred to a well-known decision on this matter or on this topic, and the matter is the Wyeth SA versus Mankele matter. It's a Labour Appeal Court case where the Labour Appeal Court held that a person who has concluded a contract of employment but has not yet commenced working for the employer is an employee for purposes of the Labour Relations Act. And in this case, when the employee in this matter accepted the offer, he became an employee of the employer. The Commissioner therefore held that by not appointing the employer breached the contract of employment that was established between it and the employee, and this meant that the employee was dismissed and there was no good reason for his dismissal. And because there was no good reason for his dismissal, the dismissal is substantively, or was substantively, unfair. And because the employer also did not follow a fair procedure as set out in the Code of Good Practice on dismissal, the Commissioner found that the dismissal of the employee was also procedurally unfair. And as a result of the unfair dismissal, the Commissioner awarded the employee compensation equal to 2 months' salary. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, and in conclusion, employers and managers must take note that the employment relationship commences when an offer is made and when that offer is accepted. The employment relationship does not only start or commence when the employee actually starts to work. This obviously does not mean that employers cannot build in conditions or suspensive conditions into an offer of employment. In other words, employers can state, for example, that the offer is conditional to a criminal and qualification check or anything along those lines. If this is the case, for example, a qualification check, and the employee's qualifications cannot be confirmed, the employer will then be able to withdraw the offer even after it has been accepted. Technically speaking, it's not really a withdrawal of the offer, as the offer would not exist because the conditions have not been met. Ladies and gentlemen, that then brings us to the end of this video. As always, thank you for watching. If you don't mind, to head over to our Facebook and YouTube pages. I'm told that one should like a Facebook page and subscribe to a YouTube page. If you don't mind doing that, we will really appreciate that. I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.